we ready over here?
You need any cutter? You ready?
Are you ready?
Get it up.
Hey, Chip,
Get it
you
up.
ready?
I know.
Okay.
Put down the lanyard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You ready? Start.
Try this on.
She's gonna kill me. Ready? Go.
This is a mechanical engineering design class at MIT.
The real danger is that this thing is going to come back that way at about...
Each year there is a design project. This year it is to design a machine to pull against a competing machine in a sandbox tug of war.
Remember that last
And all the entries are powered by rubber bands.
Over the weekend, I took some of the components from the kit, and the stainless steel tube is extraneous. But inside the tube is a rod that is the piece of welding rod. And I have 4 rubber bands here, and I'm only going to stretch them to much less than half of their normal stretch. And I'm not going to let you see this because I don't dare aim this out into the audience. But to illustrate the kind of danger that could be associated with your device not doing what you think it's going to do, I would like you to have a very vivid picture of what can happen. And that almost went through a 3/4 inch piece of plywood. And I didn't cock the rubber bands very far. If you remember in class our discussion...
The contest comes at the end of 7 weeks of designing, building, testing, and redesigning. To simulate an actual engineering problem, students are given a limited set of materials from which to build their machines. Each student must work with a kit which includes bits of masonite, metal weights, pieces of Venetian blind, and 4 rubber bands.
Those 2 rubber bands are saying, you know, I want to plant my anchors, and this is where the lanyard's going to be attached, and that'll be stretched out so that it pulls real hard. And when the tugger trigger fires, these will fly down, seat themselves, and just before they get completely seated, they'll pull the latch out of this and jerk on the opponent. So this is a 1.5 second orgasm.
The main design is to try and maximize the resistance to the sand. And so I did some experiments, and I found that if you vary the distance, you get the maximum confinement of sand, which leads to the best traction and friction against the sand.
Each design is different, but all machines must be able to pull the opponent and resist being pulled.
This is my power source, the 2 rubber bands in parallel on each side. They get fed over the pulleys here, like so, and get wound up on 2 dual-stage transmissions here. Now, when it operates, it rotates this way, and this is the take-up drum, which nylon squidding line's connected to, goes over this pulley on the top of the boom, and pulls the person from an angle of about 20 degrees. If he tries to overpower me, the ratchet will stop it from going in reverse.
As the rubber bands unwind, the paddle wheels will go around, and at the same time, the lanyard, which is hooked up to the same axle, will wind in.
Flip over, and it'd be slack in the line such that at about this point, all the momentum that's in the weight would be transferred to the spring and would jerk the opponent. Those ankles would go in, and it'd be very, very hard to pull it forward. But it's not working properly at the moment. Overlooked one basic principle of physics.
Which one?
The one that if something's moving in a circle, there's got to be a force to hold it in the circle. And what happens is, this is trying to move in the circles, and instead of being held down, it pulls the whole thing up like that.
Are you over the weight limit?
I don't know.
Have you used all your masonite?
Almost all.
How about your weights?
All the mass and almost all the masonite.
You're in trouble. You're hurting.
Well, you know, you can all you need to do is go down and just drill big holes in those until you're okay.
Yeah, I know. This idea of drilling the holes, I wanted to do that to cut
I'm doing that
mass
for
also.
lightness to cut mass, but
Yeah.
basically it's for looks. Instead.
I know, really, it makes it look-
Because how much weight can you lose by cutting holes? You can. You know, every little bit counts, obviously.
It's the aircraft type construction.
Yeah, I know, I know.
Idea makes it look sporty.
Okay, mine's about half a second. I think that's pretty slow.
Mine's about half a second too. That's pretty slow. That's fast.
That's the time constant.
All right. That's
Deadly.
dramatic. Everybody ready, huh? 987654321. Woo. Okay, now this is an interesting circumstance because if that loop had been over there, you might have been upside down to still the winner. This is an effective machine.
The more I work on it, it seems the more it breaks. But I guess I learned a lot. I wish I could start it over again almost. Like maybe start again in 2 weeks and then just start do all the things I did wrong right this time. It seems to probably still come out just as bad. Oh, the motion isn't right. It should come straight down like this, and then it should move the lateral motion like this to propel the vehicle backwards. Except that it loses all the energy stored in the rubber bands in the downward motion, and there's nothing left for the forward motion. It's a problem in the geometry and compatibility. But after tomorrow, I guess it'll all be over.
It's 9 o'clock the night before the first competition. Sue Caton is making last-minute repairs.
This is the way it has to go. That's why I've been turning it this
You've
way.
been feeding the string in from the bottom? Really?
Magnifique.
So it binds. Don't ask where
Oh no, it doesn't. It just goes over sideways. That's the side binding. Remember I told you to bind sideways.
It's not any harder to thread with the rubber bands on it, is it?
It's a little harder. Let me put this in and give a test.
Yeah. So disconnect this end. You can do that.
I heard you had some trouble with your machine.
Yes, I dropped it and it broke.
How did it happen?
I was out in the hallway talking to some friends and my roommate screamed and I went like this and dropped it. Oh, she gets excited easily. You just hold that straight for the bearing to run. I just want to check the bearing.
Is it straight now?
I think that bearing will do.
It also had a lot of the weight to the back.
Damn. Ah.
The wheel staying in the ground?
Yeah, that'll do.
Except she may shoot herself.
I don't believe I can't thread it in 30 seconds.
The other thing is you can't bring extra rubber bands tomorrow.
Yes, I can.
I thought you don't allow to use rubber bands in the kit.
But if they break, we can use ones that aren't in the kit.
Oh, okay, fine. So you're allowed to use up to 4 equivalent rubber bands.
Okay, so
Trigger. Quite a bit.
It's hydroplaning on that side.
I'm a helpful standby.
There's no way to get through here.
Okay, you got it?
How about you?
See this John Wagon man about 5 below him is me?
Did you fix it?
I don't know the guys who I'm against. I don't know the guy I'm against.
I've got the cat, I'm sorry. I've got to do the swivel.
When you have people that are too big or too heavy, we'll run them the first time.
Yeah.
But disqualify them for continuing in the contest, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I want to check on the volume.
All right. Sorry.
Is that okay?
Don't move, nobody move.
It's got a green light, it's okay.
Nobody move.
Okay, and I'll be tying this like a mother. As soon as I pull it back and set it down when the line is taut. When the line is taut. See, I'm going to pull this way up to the flag, tie the knot, move it back, place it, set it in the sand, and take off my smokestacks, and that's it. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
With the help of a pit crew, each contestant has 30 seconds to place the machine in the sandbox and tie on the lanyard, connecting it to its opponent. A heat-fired trigger must also be attached. At the push of the starter's button, the trigger will burn through a thin cord and release the taut rubber bands. Whichever machine can pull the disc on the lanyard into its own territory is the winner.
5 seconds.
Ready? Go!
10 seconds. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Okay. That's it.
Okay?
Right here.
I had the same problem, and I made the slide. It was too high and would get tipped over.
Okay. Setup time is over.
Okay, we have a race coming on this side, down in front. Ready, get set, go!
I like the one that was about that high off the sand.
That one really did good.
A little tiny thing. That was it.
A lot of them had just straight.
The one
I like the guy
the
that-
only thing that went, and it won first, and then it goes right the other way back. That was a good one.
I think I just moved this one.
Did you vote six? No. Did you?
Yeah, I did.
How'd you do?
I won.
All right.
Ripped the other guy's thing right out.
Looks pretty powerful. I thought it was going to be overweight.
I never even bothered to weigh mine.
No.
And so, I don't know. Oh, I ran mine on my waterbed last night.
Your waterbed?
That was my test track. I used a 2x4 for drag. It's dangerous.
The thing we have to do today is get the task all organized. I did a quick calculation. The students have paid about $46,000 in tuition for the course. The 2 days are $22,000 kind of culminations. That means I want it to work right. Phil, why don't you talk about the Tugger trigger system?
Okay. And there's a control box which controls the Tugger triggers, and the starter operates the control box, and that'll undoubtedly be Woody. The control box is also hooked to a microprocessor, which is hooked to the big digits. And through the keyboard, you can start and stop these timers. And when it reaches 0, a bell will ring. That means you got to be set up.
You can do whatever you want as long as your parts are there.
Oh, this is excellent. Just like a piece of this wood? Is that possible?
Yeah, I'm going to hang around the chamois.
The machines have been impounded until the morning of the final competition.
Didn't your trigger work before?
I was going to burn through squid line. I decided it was going to take too long.
Oh, Jesus, that'll never work.
I know, that's why I'm improving on it. Well, I'm trying to.
Hey, listen, you're pretty strong. Can you give me a hand with this? Just squeeze that disc this way, please.
Sure.
Because I'm not strong enough.
What do you want me to do?
Just squeeze this disc together.
Is this the machine that destroyed 3 others in practice?
No, this isn't. No, this isn't practice. That's the others. I suppose it could have, though.
Tugger mugger?
Why not? It mugs all the tuggers.
I hope I don't face you in the first round.
I'm running against Hollister. He's got paper bag over there. I took a look at him. I think I'll beat him.
Where the hell are they breaking? Must be here. Must be a sharp point or something. No rubber bands are all different shapes. They're no good.
The string isn't long enough, so you had to cut it to get it out of the machine. So, this is what broke. I had the ends of the rubber bands all tied in here last time, right?
Yeah.
I was winding up. After I left my seat, you know, I was winding up, and it broke. So I'm sitting there, and I was all shaking, so I had to tie these up and wrap them around home.
Goddamn rubber bands.
Hey, does anybody have the time?
Oh, God, I need your help. The rubber bands keep snapping. I've gone through 4 rubber bands in the last 5 minutes. I've given up on the rubber bands. I'm going with 3.
Down?
Yeah. Lost track of which rope is where. Getting it through this mess. It's going to be hard to do in 30 seconds. I was going to set up a little string to pull it through, but ran out of time. Darn it, this is going the wrong way.
Evans and Lewis. Evans, hey, next to me, Lewis. Green, Marcoux. Is Green here?
Start setup. Start setup, George. Setup.
Okay, go.
Go ahead.
Green, George, Marcoux.
First buzzer is that one. Second buzzer is that one. Make sure this thing's loose.
Gifford.
Don't pull it.
And Renault.
We have a start, a countdown running.
Don't pull it too tight. It's pulled too tight.
Pull too tight. It's going to move. It's pulled too tight? Yeah, it's pulled too tight. You got to move it. Is that okay? You got to move it. Got to move it before the buzzer. Okay, we'll give it to you. It's okay. It's fine. So time's up. Sit down. Okay. You ready? Okay. Start.
Just add more lines so that the curve up together.
Did you end up not using a lot of your Fusi here? Or does that come into play later?
Oh, shit. It wound wrong.
You have time? Don't take off the Tugger.
Thank you. I didn't know that.
Are you both ready to load?
Yeah.
Start. Go.
Wait till the man tells you. Wait till the man tells you. Make sure you have slack in your string.
Okay, you both ready to set up?
Yeah.
Set up.
No. I did not enter last year. I wasn't in the course.
Did you drop it?
No, I never even signed up for it.
Oh.
I forgot to put it through.
Hold it. When we have some reasonable amount of time, take the pressure off and set this thing up.
Yeah, you'll have...
Just too much pressure and we're crapping out.
Okay, well...
There's no problem. Okay, we can set it up.
Yeah, but we got to get out of the room too, so go do it.
Sue Caton wins her first competition.
A few feet. Right. You need to give me back the straight.
Okay, well, I'll have to get it out for you.
Okay, that's it.
Shit.
Okay, we got overtime here.
She's been disqualified for exceeding the setup time.
Johnson, R-O-Y-E. Dorchester, Mass.
Now yours was sunk. Explain to me how it works. This can wait. Let me see the...
There's two sails here. It's a rotary drum. What happens is...
Wait a minute. Rotary drum?
Yeah, what happens is when the last fans contract this way, it winds the drum, which pulls the other guy in. And it's got a ratchet over here.
Now yours weighs less than 1 kilo?
Yeah.
Why did you design it to weigh less? Because it just did, or?
It just did. It was very close in terms of weight the other day. So I drilled a couple more holes, and I managed to just under 1 kilo. I wanted as much weight as possible, but I wanted as much as I could at the back. That's why I got holes drilled all over it.
So the weight is in the back and not in the front, is
Right,
that it?
right.
Is that to steady it?
Yeah, so if he does pull me, it'll just sink me in. The back will be sunk in by itself. It'll sink the front end better.
Do you think you're going to win?
I don't know. I'll have to see.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Where's the trigger?
Right here. You got 12 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay. Get out, back out of the way. You're backing it down.
Go, you stupid son of a bitch.
Round 4 is
that we just had. You know, I'm gonna get sued. I'm dead. There's no way. Yeah, but that was what it was well.
Start.
Let's push this time through the hole. Which string you want to run? No, not that much left. Tons of time. Pull, one more time. Okay. Now. Hold on. Okay, now for 10 seconds. You can't have slush. You can't have slush. 5 seconds. Okay. Is that gonna fire?
Get away, get away.
Okay.
Blow him away, Bobby! Boy!
Language.
Wow.
You asked who you were up against?
Yeah, I was wondering. That's much too much movement.
Well, you see, your thing is so high.
Wow.
Okay, I'm clear.
I'm too old, sir. I expect that there's too much movement. Thank you very much.
Okay, clear out. All right, quarterfinals, Kibler and Whitelaw.
After 6 wins, Whitelaw enters the quarterfinals.
Sure, that's loose.
It's okay.
It's on there.
Okay.
What happened? Let me see his
Whitelaw loses because the lanyard has slipped off his machine.
Now what am I going to do with it? Set it on your desk for a paperweight. Yeah. Hold a lot of papers.
Okay, we still need, Kendall has to run against Caton, and then the winner of that has to run against Kinder, and then whoever wins that runs against that. Okay.
If Kendall can see the clock, it's going to run, it's running 90 seconds twice, and that'll be the 3-minute time. Yeah.
Liz Kendall and Sue Caton also enter the quarterfinals.
Ready? Wait. No,
Wait 1 second. No, we're not ready.
Let's go.
That's okay.
All right. Put it down. You ready? Hold it.
Ready.
Get it up. Okay. Start. Oh, you're pulling like hell.
Get that nice and smooth. We'll make this the final track. Pick the best lanyard. Ask the finalists if this is an acceptable lanyard.
Get that out of the way. Can somebody hold the hot hook for me? Are you all ready? Grab. All right. Okay. You ready to go?
Down in.
Set up.
Come on.
Okay, we got it. It's on. Can you sing? I'm impressed.
But the thing is, it's so simple. It's got one moving part.
Yeah.
And all these other people were, making difficult, ridiculous things.
I had 2 moving parts, but I wasn't well done.
The geared winch, but the thing that made it win is not what's on top of it, but what's underneath it. It's an anchoring system.
That is great.
Nobody is going to budge that. Inch before it starts pulling.
Did anybody keep track of
All right, This is the first time a gal has ever gotten into the quarterfinals, let alone won the damn thing.
You look really strong.
How does it work?
I just want to know, like, what do? You have a long... No, don't tell, just tell
I put a long trigger cord, so it gets up to speed. It moves about an inch. Once the trigger goes off, it moves about an inch free before it starts pulling on the other guy. So it's by the time it starts pulling on you, it doesn't start from scratch. It's got an initial velocity, and it just goes yank, and it's got this ridiculous anchor system on it.
And mine starts from scratch.
Well,
Mine only starts from when the cord gets caught.
The anchor system you've got, mine was